Okay, now, from the beginning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. It's showtime in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. My name is Larry Strain from Orlando, Florida, down here to describe all of the activities that you're going to see out in front of you today. So great to be back and have a lot of people here on the beach to watch what is going to be one of the best air shows you've seen. Ladies and gentlemen, the man responsible for this, and we'll get to our show site and our schedule very shortly, but the man responsible for bringing this to Fort Lauderdale for the past several years is my good friend, Mr. Brian Lilly. He's the chairman of the Fort Lauderdale Air Show. Brian?
Hey, Larry. Thanks so much. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 2021 Fort Lauderdale Air Show. It is an amazing weekend. Looks like we're going to have some beautiful weather and a little bit of cloud deck, which keeps it cool for everybody. So wanted to say welcome to everybody. And we are so excited to have our U.S. Navy Blue Angels back here with us this year. Who's excited to see the Blue Angels? So, and it came up on my Facebook page. It was actually 1 year ago today that they flew over the Fort Lauderdale and South Florida area in support of Operation America Strong. So it took a minute. I took a minute and reflected on that, and to be here 1 year later and to be out here with all of you and have them performing for you is just such a blessing. So I want to give a shout out to all of our performers that are here today. They're going to put on a great show for you. I want to say thanks to all of our volunteers that are out here. We could not do this without you. Thank you so much to our sponsors, and especially to the City of Fort Lauderdale and the Mayor and Commission. They are such a great supporter here. And I want to give a shout out to our team, Kyle and Steve and David, who do this with me year-round, and everyone else that comes together around them to bring this show to you today. So thanks so much for coming out. And someone special here for us, we have a guest that I'd like to introduce, and that is Steve Glassman, the commissioner here for the district where we're holding the event. And Steve, it's great to be back here, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian. Good morning, Fort Lauderdale. What a beautiful day on Fort Lauderdale Beach. Is there any other place that you would rather be? No. Brian, thank you to your team. Dev, thank you for your team. Again, on behalf of the mayor and the city commission of the city of Fort Lauderdale, I just want to welcome everyone to another beautiful day on Fort Lauderdale Beach, and how blessed we are to be able to be here together and enjoy this spectacular event that we look forward to every single year. I want to say thank you to all the men and women who serve, to everyone that will be flying today, safe flight. And I want to thank all of our first responders who are here today to make sure that we're safe. They do a great job every single day. Our Coast Guard is here as well, so thank you to all for your service. We so appreciate it. I just want to say enjoy. Brian, again, thank you for putting on this spectacular show every year in Fort Lauderdale. Everybody looks forward to it, and we're all just thrilled to be here. Folks, stay safe, be well, and enjoy. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Commissioner. We've appreciated it very much. You know, at each air show, we always pray for good weather, light winds and such, and today is no exception. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask you to rise for Chaplain Ken Kerrigan, who is the Fort Lauderdale Police Department and U.S. Secret Service chaplain. Sir.
Would you join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, we gather here on this beautiful beach, Fort Lauderdale Beach, and we acknowledge you as our almighty, eternal God of all people and nations. We thank you for your blessings in our lives and to know that you hear our prayers and meet our needs. We thank you for this most spectacular day. We pray for this great city, its servants and civic leaders, that you would continue to guide and direct them as they make the decisions that affect the masses. We thank you, Lord, for this great country and freedom we share together as Americans. And we consider our military as they are spread far and wide, and our first responders here today at home. The words that come to mind are honor, bravery, honesty, integrity. In their very DNA, you have given them the courage that enables them to run towards danger, to combat evil, or to advance into raging infernos, forsaking their own well-being for the sake of others. We pray for their protection. We pray for their wisdom and guidance. We pray for their families. We are a land of the free because of the brave, brave men and women who guard our country. We remember and honor our fallen comrades, those who have offered their selfless service and the ultimate sacrifice of giving their lives in response to their duties. And we pray that they have entered the light of your eternal rest. We ask now for the safety of the pilots as they display their amazing skills. And we pray for all the spectators here today. We ask for your continued blessings upon these United States of America. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please remain standing, ladies and gentlemen. I want to remind you that we are on AirDotShow Live streaming. But now, ladies and gentlemen, remain standing for our national anthem. Okay, are you folks ready for an air show? Come on. Are you ready for an air show? All right, we got one coming up for you. You saw that amphibian plane fly by just a few moments ago with none other than Mike Wiskus on the wing. Now, that is an airplane from the Tropic Ocean Airways, the country's largest amphibious airline based right here in Fort Lauderdale. Today we have Marco Heitz and Randy Ward piloting that Cessna Caravan on floats. Whenever you see those blue waves, you know it is tropic. And on board that Cessna Caravan are three members of the Paracommandos right over here from Tampa. Chris Fucci, Andy Serrano, and Arian Fiegel are on board that aircraft, as well as Lieutenant Colonel Ken Yates. They are prepared to jump in, but we are gathering information now from the Paracommandos whether we have the right wind conditions. They are limited by 16 miles an hour, 15 or 16 miles an hour. Getting some wind readings now just a little bit above that, so we're unsure whether we're going to be able to have a jump or not. If we don't, then Mike Wiskus in that little red biplane will go right into his act. Right down on the deck to the left, ladies and gentlemen, is the Caravan coming in from Tropic Ocean Airways. Don't see too many float planes down here on out over the oceans because they have to have really protected waters. I asked if they could do just a little splashdown, touch and go. They said no, not with the wave conditions. It's too dangerous. But here they are with Mike Wiskus on the wing, ladies and gentlemen. Those are beautiful whip line floats. The Caravan seats 8 people. It's got a PT6 Pratt & Whitney turbine engine in there. One of the most reliable engines ever made. As a matter of fact, they use this PT6 turbine engine on the Alaskan pipeline. They just set up there and run forever. They have automatic oiling systems on it, so they're really, really very, very minor maintenance. Once again, the Paracommandos just radioed down they will be unable to jump at this point because of the winds, but we'll continue on. We got a great show for you, ladies and gentlemen. Kirby Chambliss Air Force. And when I say Air Force, wait till you see them. We've got Skytypers. We've got Kirby Chambliss or the Edge 540. We've got Fitz in the Bulkow 105 helicopter that does full aerobatics. That's their Air Force. The U.S. Coast Guard is going to give us a quick demonstration. The F-16 Viper will do its demonstration, followed by being joined by a P-51 Mustang from the World War II era to conduct a heritage flight, bringing the old and the new, the past and the present together to give you a little history of the United States Air Force. And that'll be the F-16 Viper and the P-51D Mustang. The C-17, the giant Globemaster 3 from McCord Air Force Base, will also be making a presentation today. And let me tell you, wait till you see the ability of this, or the capability of this airplane. It's a giant airplane. Cargo airplane, can haul troops or equipment such, but it handles almost like a little fighter jet. Wait till you see the performance that the C-17 will give. The GEICO Skytypers flying 6 SNJs. That was if you flew them in the Navy in World War II, or if you flew the Army, it was called a T-6 Texan. And they're going to do formation flying for you to show you just exactly how they trained pilots in the Army Air Corps prior to entering into combat in World War II. Red Bull Air Force will be back again. And then Mike Wiskus in that little red biplane that was flying right alongside of the Caravan will be back for his full show. And then at 2 o'clock this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, it will be in their brand new Super Hornets, the United States Navy Blue Angels. Boy, we've got a great show. I want to thank Jay Rabbit right off the bat and his crew, In Concert Productions, for providing phenomenal sound for us throughout the air show industry, particularly here in Fort Lauderdale. We travel with Jay a lot, and he is the best in the business. Appreciate it, and all of his help as well. Would be remiss if we didn't thank some of the other people that are participating in the air show for us and providing things. Bahia Mar Resort is one of them, where some of our performers are staying. The Sonesta, also the Pelican Grand Beach Resort, where the air boss Wayne Boggs and I are staying. We say thank you for that. And if you are owning or chartering a private aircraft, visit Jetscape's Business Aviation Terminal over at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. And you know the call sign, FLL. Jetscape provides services for general business and commercial aviation traffic, aircraft fueling, aircraft storage, and concierge service 24/7. Jetscape is a proud sponsor of the Fort Lauderdale Air Show. We look forward to your arrival, and thank you to B. Lilly Productions for putting on this grace event once again. And like I said, the Tropic Ocean Airways, fastest growing amphibious airline in the business, founded by a Florida native and former Navy fighter pilot, Rob Serralo. And with safety at the company's core, Tropic sets the standard by operating with standard 2-pilot crews on its fleet of 13 of those beautiful Cessna Caravans. You can learn more by visiting them at flytropic.com. Our air boss today, Wayne Boggs, longtime air boss. What? All right, no more flybys. I've just been informed by the air boss. It's going to be Michael Whiskas, ladies and gentlemen, in that little red biplane. Very tiny airplane. It only weighs about 1,200 pounds. It's got a 300 and some horsepower engine in it. And Mike Whiskas can make this thing talk like you've never seen before. So he's high above us now, getting ready to be called in by the air boss, given what we call the box. The area is clear for him to enter. And look high above you now. This is called the Superman. Watch him as he climbs to the vertical. A lot of wind up there now over the top. Here we go. Michael, start it spinning, my friend. There you go. Count them up. There'll be 8 or 9 all the way down. Spinning that airplane. There is really no third dimensional reference that you can use like you use when flying over the ground. If you're close to the ground, as we say, feet dry, you get some reference because you can see some trees and some plants and some growths and some rises and falls in the terrain. But out over the ocean, there is no reference whatsoever. It's just a flat plane out there, and you have to be very careful. Mike Whiskas, sponsored by Lucas Oil. Distributors of automotive oil, additives, and lubricants. Started by a trucker by the name of Forrest Lucas back in 1989, and boy have they grown. It is the fastest growing manufacturer of superior quality fuel and oil products for cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and ATVs. Gas and diesel engines, 2-stroke and experimental aircraft. Lucas Oil has the products that far exceed the manufacturer's recommended standards for their products. It is really a legend in the racing industry. Lucas Oil products are designed really to withstand all of the extreme engine temperatures and the high RPMs without breaking down or foaming. Look at that, upside down. Now that's hard to do, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we talk about G-forces. You and I, as we stand here on Mother Earth, generate 1 G. Now, for Michael up there flying and does a maneuver that experiences 6 Gs, that means that he is weighing on his seat 6 times his weight. Blood rushing to the feet, out of the head, and you can get very, very, if you're not what we call G tolerant, you could get in a lot of trouble by pulling a lot of high Gs. That's why they train every single day to get that G tolerance up. Now, negative Gs are just the opposite. If you go into an outside maneuver, an upside down maneuver, the negative Gs are trying to throw you outside of the cockpit instead of pushing you down in the seat. Michael and all the other pilots here are strapped in with that 5-point harness to hold them down in the seat. And incidentally, yes, they all do. They wear parachutes just in case. But you're watching one of the best in the business, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm talking about Michael Whiskas. After the school teacher told him that he was never going to be a pilot and make anything big, he found a little book called The Little Engine That Could. He read that, and that kind of became his Bible. And lo and behold, like I said, 42 years later and 27,000 hours, Michael has qualified in more than 40 aircraft. On the down line, winding up that 300 horsepower. Got that throttle almost all the way forward. Now a hard pull, I suspect, as he heads out over the ocean. Aileron rolls as he does the 45-degree climb. Now up to 60 degrees. Hard wing. Mr. Michael Wiskus. Mike is going to try a forward somersault. He said in this wind, he's not sure if he can do this. Look at the wind. All right, here he goes. Up over the top. There we go. Nice forward somersault. He's fighting that wind up there, and I'll tell you, that's vicious up there. Lucas Oil is the fastest growing manufacturer of superior quality fuel and oil products for cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and ATVs. send out for just boats or ships that are in distress. You can see it's twin-engine turboprop. They didn't make many of these, only about 9 of them, I think, totally. But they are a long range. They can throttle those engines way back, and they get a long range flight out of the Global Sentry. What they would normally do, a boat is in distress, they would come over, evaluate the situation. They would drop what they call a survival kit. Included in that kit is radios and such, and also a water pump in case a ship was taking on water. They could start pumping it out. So very, very important role for the Coast Guard. And you know, we don't hear too much about the United States Coast Guard, but they are on duty 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And let me tell you, they have saved a lot of people's lives. Like I said, you don't hear too much about them because things that they do most of the time happen offshore. And, you know, you can't get a TV news truck out there. So you just don't hear about them. But they're a wonderful service, and they do a wonderful job. And our hats off and a hand salute for the United States Coast Guard. They do a wonderful job, and we appreciate them coming to participate in the Fort Lauderdale Air Show. Beautiful, beautiful airplane. Like I said, it has a very, very long range on it, so they have the ability to go way, way offshore to come back and do any rescue activities. They're out of Coast Guard Station Miami and have come up here to participate in the air show. We appreciate it. Like I said, we were to have the Dauphine helicopter and planned on showing you an actual rescue where they drop a dummy in the water, pop off a flare to indicate where that is, then the helicopter comes back with the aid of the crewmen, hover right over that downed airman, if you will, and then they drop a PJ into the water, either letting him jump or winding him down on a cable to assist the injured person. And then they can do one of 2 ways. They can either haul him up on a cable with a kind of a parachute-like harness up into the helicopter, or they can send down a stretcher, and the person can be laid out in a stretcher, cabled up with about a 1/4 inch steel cable right up to the door of the helicopter, and then put on board the helicopter, and they're off to the hospital or wherever they need to be. All right, he's coming in from the left once again from Coast Guard Station Miami, the HC-144. Got it down a little bit lower this time, give you a little better look at the Coast Guard. I want to say thanks to a lot of people that have helped put on this show. Visit Fort Lauderdale, the Fort Lauderdale Beach Improvement District, Banyan Air Service, the Wharf at Fort Lauderdale. We had a great party there the other night. Merrimack Ventures, our partner in Florida, the Lauderdale Yacht Club, donated show centerboat, and Budweiser, Herzog Contracting Corporation, GEICO, Travel Host Magazine, Conrad Fort Lauderdale, the host hotel, as well as West Fort Lauderdale, and the TRPY by Wyndham Host Hotel on the Trump International Beach, as well as Hotel Dello. Red Bull as another one of our sponsors, the Coast Guard, the Fort Lauderdale Police Department, the Fort Lauderdale Fire Department, and the FAA. Global Sentry still out there working around. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you stay hydrated during the show. It gets, you think it's very cool out there with a nice breeze blowing, and it is feel cool, but you can get burned very, very quickly and dehydrated very, very quickly. So please make sure that you drink plenty of liquids. And, you know, the sand is very soft, but it can also be very dangerous. So make sure you don't stumble, because that's another big problem we have at air shows, and that's trips and falls, people injuring themselves that way. So watch where you go. Don't text and walk.
Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Do you own or charter a private aircraft? If so, visit Jetscape's Business Aviation Terminal at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. Jetscape provides services for general business and commercial aviation traffic, aircraft fueling, aircraft storage, and concierge service 24/7. Jetscape is a proud sponsor of the Fort Lauderdale Air Show, and we look forward to your arrival, and thank you. And thanks to B. Lilly Productions for and or something goes wrong, and you can just jump in the other jet. Yeah.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
How many shows are you normally doing in a year?
So we do 20 stateside, plus we'll have a few overseas sprinkled in.
And you're not allowed to tell me that yet, right?
Not yet.
I figured that. Anyway, we're happy to have you here at Fort Lauderdale as our Global Sentry airplane passes by, and he should be getting airborne momentarily, and then we'll just turn the mic over to you and let you have it.
Yes, we're looking forward to putting on a show for the crowd.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Brandon. One of the things sometimes we have a little delay on is the fact that the airplanes are operating out of a commercial airport, and one of the rules and regulations is that we cannot impede any commercial traffic into and out of our airports that are located within our traffic control area. So occasionally we get a little delay, like we may have 2 airliners on final approach out there, or 3 departures to get off before we can actually go into an act. So just bear with us here as we do a check with our air boss to see what's happening. Hope you folks can remember that you can watch AirDotShow Live on your computer. We'll get a little reading a little bit later on where we have people watching, how many, and I'm sure there's a lot. Becoming very, very popular now. Brian Lilly kind of pioneering this. Did it the first time last year, very, very successful in Ocean City, Maryland. We'll be back up there doing it once again, the AirDotShow Live. Set in the comfort of your living room. If you cannot make it to a marketplace and a beautiful setting like Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where we are, you can set in the comfort of your living room, where it's nice and warm if you're living up in, say, Sweden, or nice and cool if you're living over in Phoenix, and enjoy the show live on TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready, here comes the F-16 Viper.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the United States Air Force, the Commander of Air Combat Command, General Mark Kelly, and all the men and women of Air Combat Command, we'd like to thank you for having us at Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm the Viper Demonstration Superintendent, one of your narrators, Master Sergeant Brandon Baden from Manassas, Virginia. Here with me at Show Centers, my co-narrator, Technical Sergeant Ryan Hutchison from Concord, California, as well as our safety observer and combat-ready fighter pilot, Captain Amy Fiedler, call sign Rebel from New Braunfels, Texas. As a member of Air Combat Command's 20th Fighter Wing, located at Shaw Air Force Base in the beautiful Sumter, South Carolina, it is our distinct pleasure to describe for you today a combat capability demonstration by the world's premier multi-role fighter, the F-16 Fighting Falcon, affectionately known as the Viper.
The commander and pilot for the Viper demonstration team is Major Garrett Schmitz, call sign Toro from Price, Utah. Major Schmitz is a veteran fighter pilot with more than 2,400 hours in military aircraft and 55 combat missions supporting Operation Inherent Resolve. The Block 50 Viper you'll see in today's demonstration is equipped with a General Electric F-129 afterburning turbofan jet engine. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up, make some noise for Major Schmitz and the F-16 Fighting Falcon.
Major Schmitz is now setting up for his first aerobatic maneuver, a half Cuban 8. Watch as Toro traces half of a vertical figure 8 over the demonstration area.
Watch now as Major Schmitz repositions his aircraft and demonstrates the low altitude, high speed capability of the F-16. As he passes show center, he'll be traveling just under the speed of sound at 700 miles per hour. That's less than half the Viper's top speed of Mach 2.
As he returns to show center, Major Schmitz will accelerate rapidly and snap the F-16 through a series of aileron rolls, demonstrating its exceptional roll maneuverability. Dropping in from the left, Toro, and the triple roll.
Trucks jacked up, flat bills flip back. Yeah, you can find us where the party's at. This is how we roll. We hanging around, singing down everything on the radio. We light it up with our hands.
In a dogfight, the ability to turn tight is crucial. Watch now as Toro shows you just how exceptional the F-16 is in a 9G turn. At show center, he'll bank sharply and accelerate through a tight turn, pressing him into the seat with the force of 9 times his normal weight, or 9 Gs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get those cameras ready as Major Schmitz prepares to demonstrate the combination of thrust and digital flight control systems that make the knife edge maneuver possible. From your left, the F-16 and the knife edge pass.
Now, watch as Toro sets up for a maximum performance climb with a series of aileron rolls. As he pulls back on the stick, you'll see the Viper's exceptional power and rolling ability as he sends it from 300 feet to over 3 miles.
I wanna elevate. Elevate. Watch me elevate. Watch me elevate. I know they say that the best is always yet to come, but nothing happens. I can't sit and wait until I'm numb. I get that feeling in my soul, then I cut it.
Oh, Father, tell me, do we get...
Ladies and gentlemen, Major Schmitz has begun a spiraling descent in preparation for the dedication pass. Major Schmitz and the rest of the F-16 Viper demonstration team from the 20th Fighter Wing wish to dedicate this pass to the men and women from all branches of the armed forces and their families who are so bravely fighting today's joint fight. We would also like to remember our wounded warriors and veterans in attendance and those who have given their lives defending this great nation. This will be your best photo opportunity, so get your cameras ready to capture this salute.
Whoa, you let your feet run wild. Thomas Comas, we all go down. Yeah, but for the folk who my heart, do you dare to look them right in the eyes? Yeah. Oh, 'cause say we run you down, down to the door. Yeah, someday we run you down, down till you fall. And they will run you.
Now, from behind the crowd and to the right, the F-16 Viper demonstration team proudly presents the dedication pass.
And where down we go.
The Viper you see in action today is maintained by our expert team of maintenance professionals. Crew Chief Staff Sergeant Bobby 9.7 Harper from Ellenboro, West Virginia. Staff Sergeant Kyle Mattern from Mansfield, Ohio. Senior Airman Adam Carr from Seneca, Kansas. The team's engine specialist is Staff Sergeant Ryan Davis from Wise, Virginia. Our E&E specialist, Staff Sergeant Trevor Griswold from Martinsville, Indiana. The team's avionics specialist is Staff Sergeant Jared Henry from Covington, Georgia. You can tag all your social media posts and photos with @ViperDemoTeam.
Oh, baby, oh, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the 24th anniversary of the Heritage Flight,
30 seconds.
I would like to take a moment to describe the history of what you're about to watch. In 1997, the leaders of Air Combat Command assembled a select group of retired military and civilian pilots to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the United States Air Force. From this gathering was born the Heritage Flight, a unique visual representation of the Air Force history from the days of the Army Air Corps to present.
What had started out as a one-time event has grown in popularity and demand. In 2010, the Air Force Heritage Flight Foundation joined with the United States Air Force to keep this popular program flying. And now, Heritage flights are performed at air shows and special events in the United States and around the world.
To those who've had to fly and fight, who have served their country in the sky, with a grateful heart and watchful eye, we remember, and may the faithful proud machines who bore the sword of freedom on their wings be given the honor such a burden brings, when we remember. Keep them flying, so that all who see them will know that their freedom was won by the blood that flowed, and remember.
Flying in formation today is Mr. Stuart Milson in a World War II era P-51 Mustang and Major Garrett Schmitz in the United States Air Force F-16.
And all who've coursed through hostile skies know that freedom requires a sacrifice. To those who paid the highest price, we remember, with a place of honor so deserved, for white flesh and blood and steel have earned. May the greatest glory be reserved for the colors they so bravely serve. Keep them flying, so that all who see them will know that our freedom was won by the blood that flowed, and we remember.
We would like to dedicate today's Heritage Flight to all the military veterans and wounded warriors in attendance whose sacrifice over the years have helped preserve America's freedom. We hope you've enjoyed watching this rare formation flight of classic and current Air Force aircraft. Please turn with me now and watch as this rare formation approaches from behind the crowd for its final pass to split break.
gentlemen, your United States Air Force Heritage Flight. We hope you enjoyed watching and taking pride in this rare display of more than 70 years of air power heritage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like Toro's going to give us another 4-point roll. This time he'll pause briefly in the inverted position to give the crowd a wave. Count them out with me. There's 1. There's 2. Everyone give him a big wave. There's 3. And 4. And here comes Mr. Stuart Milson in that beautiful P-51. Look at that beautiful 4-point.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get another high-speed pass. Toro's going to show you what 30,000 pounds of thrust does with a 27,000-pound aircraft. Listen to that beautiful Mustang. So good.
And one last salute from Major Smits before he returns to Fort Lauderdale Airport. As Major Smits arrives at Fort Lauderdale Airport, he will approach the runway at 150 miles per hour, enabling the F-16 to stop in less than 3,000 feet. Add its ability to take off from relatively short runways, and you have a fighter that can operate from thousands of airfields in virtually every country around the world. While today's demonstration shows you how well the F-16 can maneuver in combat, what we cannot show you is its striking power or the accuracy and lethality of the weapons it carries. The Viper can hit targets well outside of its visual range while flying faster than the speed of sound. Coupled with your innovative, motivated, versatile, and adaptable airmen, your United States Air Force F-16 Fighting Falcon is applying new technologies and capabilities never before employed on a fighter.
On behalf of the United States Air Force, the Commander of Air Combat Command, General Mark Kelly, and all the men and women of Air Combat Command, thank you for your attendance, thank you for your patriotism and support. Back to you, Larry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Did you enjoy the F-16 Viper? All right. We're going to slow things down a little bit, add a few motors, and not go quite as fast. But before we do that, up here with me is a good friend of mine from McCord Air Force Base out in Washington, Lieutenant Colonel Judd Baker. Judd, welcome to Fort Lauderdale.
Thank you, my friend. Good afternoon, Larry. How are you doing today, buddy?
You know, it's I think it was 2007 that you and I got together at Altus Air Force Base and did one of the first C-17 demos ever.
Yeah, it feels like just yesterday, doesn't it?
I know.
We're getting older, both of us together.
I know. You helped develop the program for this. How long did it take you, and how long did it take to get approval from the Air Force to do the demos?
So we've been off and on, even before my time, the C-17 demo did exist. The profile has changed a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I would say, you know, it's enjoyed quite a few years of success. But then also, As you know, we had an accident back in 2011.
Right.
And the program stood down and was reviewed. And now we just have a little bit more oversight of the program and really copying our friends in Air Combat Command. So
Right.
I think it's in a good place right now.
Well, it's a magnificent airplane. I mean, it just does so many things and looks so agile. If it wasn't so big, I think it's a fighter. Really.
Yeah.
Hey man, how the hell you doing? I've been just fine, living life with the noose and in my mind, all I hear is music. Watching your mouth move, damn you look stupid. I feel like everyone's a stranger. Small talk with your narcissistic neighbor. She's real hot, but they say to never date her. I agree, but you did and I hate her. You wanna get away? You better get in line. Won't go another day of wasting any time. I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 Hey man, can I get a favor? Yeah, sure, no, see you later. Sometimes I just wanna be a hater. Gotta wash down the top 40s with a chaser. Your voice starts feeling like a waiter. Scraping my mind against a cheese grater. Before you go, sir, you have to sign a waiver. That's alright, I'm aware of the danger. You wanna get away? You better get in line. Won't go another day of wasting any time. I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
All right, we're ready, ladies and gentlemen. Lieutenant Colonel Judd Baker.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure this afternoon to describe for you today's flight demonstration by America's newest airlift of the Boeing C-17 Globemaster 3. A short time ago, the C-17, operated by the West Coast demo team, performed a max effort takeoff. This maneuver enabled this giant aircraft to reach an altitude of 1,000 feet, well before the departure end of the runway over at Fort Lauderdale. Departure capabilities such as these allows the C-17 to operate out of hostile fields that are not suitable for other large aircraft. The crew for today's demonstration is Major Nick Coblio, Major Mac Delgado, Major Nick Burke, and Staff Sergeant Brennan Casey. The maintenance team supporting today's demonstration is Staff Sergeant Jason Walensky, Senior Airman Luke Archibak, and Airman First Class Fernando Plata. The crew flies out of Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington State. And this highly experienced aircrew has a combined total of over 12,000 flight hours with 2,000 flown in combat. They have 23 deployments in support of counterinsurgency and humanitarian operations in the Middle East and around the world. In addition to their combat deployments, this crew has a combined total of 43 missions to Antarctica, with 6 airdrops on the South Pole in support of the National Science Foundation's Antarctic mission. While the crew is maneuvering, for their first pass at Show Center, I'd like to share some facts to you about the aircraft. The C-17 made its first flight in September of 1991. Since then, the aircraft has set over 30 world records, including payload to altitude, time to climb, and the longest airdrop mission in history. This new age design includes a modern computerized glass cockpit, heads-up display at both pilot stations, and an advanced cargo handling system allowing it to operate with a crew half the size of similar cargo aircraft. The crew will first perform a high-speed pass. With the aircraft capable of accelerating to over 350 miles per hour, this pass demonstrates the extremely powerful engines of this magnificent aircraft. Ladies and gentlemen, the C-17 is now approaching from your left. Please notice how quiet it is when passing show center. This gives our crews a tactical advantage while flying low over hostile territory and allows for tactical operations at airfields near heavily populated cities. Ladies and gentlemen, Moose inbound. This reliable airlifter combines the intercontinental cargo carrying capabilities of large aircrafts, such as the C-5 Galaxy, with the short field landing potential of the much smaller C-130 Hercules. The C-17 is powered by 4 Pratt & Whitney F117 engines. These are the same engines used on the Boeing 757. Each engine delivers over 40,000 pounds of thrust. This amount of thrust allows the Globemaster 3 to carry over 170,000 pounds of cargo to an astounding range of up to 2,400 nautical miles without ever having to use its air-to-air refueling capability. Officially known as the Globemaster 3, the crews of the C-17 affectionately call her the Moose. Now approaching from your right, the Moose will perform a slow speed pass. During the pass, please notice the wing leading edge slats and flaps. Large powered lift wing flaps. These devices literally change the shape of the wing and are the key to its extremely low final approach speed, enabling this aircraft to land and stop in extremely short distances. Today, folks, expect that the Moose is traveling around 100 miles per hour. Take a close look at those flaps hanging down the backside of the wings, the slats on the front, the gears down. She's dirty. Get your cameras ready, ladies and gentlemen. This will be your excellent opportunity to take photos of this amazing state-of-the-art aircraft. Power coming up, gear coming up. The C-17 will now maneuver for a circlet right in front of show center, showing its ability to fly at extremely slow speeds and demonstrate its advanced aerodynamics in action. The C-17 uses a quadruple redundant fly-by-wire system for the operation of flight controls. This is combined with 4 separate flight control computers, each capable of controlling the entire system independently. The system is designed to optimize the capabilities of the C-17 and yet maintain enough redundancy to protect against a wide variety of failure conditions. Another feature of this amazing flight control system is that the aircraft can be flown in an entirely mechanical backup mode, further safeguarding it against abnormal situations. As the aircraft approaches from your left, please notice the upturned wingtips known as winglets. These winglets decrease aerodynamic drag and increase fuel economy. To give you a better idea of the aircraft's overall size, I'm sure you won't believe me, but these winglets are 9 feet tall. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering how big the C-17 is, the wingspan you see right there, roughly 170 feet. The tail, 5 stories tall, fully loaded, it weighs 585,000 pounds. As you can see, the C-17 is extremely maneuverable at both high and low speeds, making it America's ideal airlifter to operate in any tactical situation. At the completion of this turn, the crew will execute a rapid climb to 1,500 feet as they depart our show area. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lieutenant Colonel Judd Baker. We hope that you've enjoyed today's performance. Please like and follow the team on Facebook and Instagram, and be sure to tag us in any pictures that post at hashtag C-17 West Coast Demo Team. On behalf of the men and the women of the United States Air Force Air Mobility Command, Joint Base Lewis McChord, and the West Coast Demo Team, we thank you for being with us here today. We hope you've enjoyed the brief look at the C-17 Globemaster III, the United States Air Force's core airlifter and workhorse, which will continue to provide rapid global mobility for America today, tomorrow, and into the 21st century.
the voice of the GEICO Skytypers, here's my good friend Jim Record. Jim?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks, Larry. Hi, folks. My name is Jim Record. I'm GEICO Skytyper Airshow Team Pilot number 7, and I'll be explaining the formations and maneuvers you'll see here today. The GEICO Insurance Company proudly sponsors the GEICO Skytypers Airshow Team, a squadron of World War II training planes, and a 2016 recipient of the Art Show Memorial Showmanship Award from their industry peers. GEICO was established in 1936 as the government employees insurance company and is grateful to our servicemen, women, and their families for their contributions and sacrifices in defense of this great nation. The aircraft we fly are the North American SNJ or T6 aircraft, which, along with its Pratt & Whitney 9-cylinder, 1,340 cubic inch Wasp 600 horsepower radial engine, was the standard advanced trainer for all branches of the military in World War II. More American combat pilots earned their wings in this aircraft than any other World War II trainer. These famous aircraft have certainly earned their legacy in military aviation history, and we're here to show you why. Now, if you look behind you, the GEICO Skytype is approaching a line abreast formation that we use to type our 1,000-foot tall messages and symbols in the sky. These messages can be between 6 to 8 miles and can be seen 15 miles in any direction. This is your close-up of how we deliver our unique messages for you as we Skytype the American flag for you. In order to be more maneuverable, this large formation has to collapse into a tighter, more agile shape. Watch as they smoothly transition from their line abreast formation to a delta formation. Now that they're reformed into turn, they'll fly by in their delta formation so you can appreciate the beauty of 6 classic World War II aircraft in tight formation. If you look closely, you might spot the GEICO Gecko riding along with the team. Search the team's YouTube channel for the Gecko Airshow commercial to see how his first flight really went. Now, as the team maneuvers back to our show center, they are always aware of any potential threats to their safety in this hostile aerial environment. Here is one method of reacting to a threat that is behind them or at their 6 o'clock position. As they roll in on us, watch the smoke that comes. They create a giant smoke screen. And get ready for a high-energy defensive maneuver. Now watch as they quickly turn each other to confuse their attacker. We call this our 6-plane implosion. Once their 6 is clear, the formation needs to get back together for mutual support. Watch as the aircraft on the left and right rejoin with each other into 2 small formations known as VICs. Then they'll maneuver back to us from show center. Coming straight at us, these two Vic formations offer better situational awareness and more maneuverability than larger formations. This way, the airspace is still covered and protected, much like GEICO covers their policy helmets for more than 24 different threats. Now as the Vics turn away, watch them reform into two different formations. The 4-plane diamond on the left and the Solos back in their 2-plane element on the right. Now they'll set up for a close encounter. A 4v2, a 4 versus 2 head-on pass. Let's see what happens when the two formations get a tally or a visual on each other. They'll attempt to cross as close as possible to gain an advantage, to get the edge over the other guys. Here they come. Keep watching. 4 600 horsepower World War II airplane from the left, 2 more from the right. Head to head, nose to nose, 320 miles an hour. That was close. After they pass, the options for the pilots are to either continue to turn and engage in a classic dogfight or roll out and bug out. Looks like the Solos got smart. They bugged out to show left. With the Solos out of the way, this leaves the Diamond free to check their 6 for more threats, then continue their left turn to roll out along the threat axis right in front of us to check for more targets. When they do, you'll get another opportunity to enjoy the symmetry of a beautiful diamond formation belly pass. Now as you watch straight ahead, the Solos come back to give you another example of a 1v1 or a 1 versus 1 engagement. They'll start by weaving back and forth in order to clear their 6, then they'll split apart. At the call, fights on, they'll turn toward each other for a dreaded head-on pass. Fights on, boys! Here they come right at each other. Who's going to blink first? The Solos pitched up into each other, trying to gain an advantage. It looks like Wing Solo gets the edge by going a little higher. Now watch as he wins the advantage by turning low and inside into the guns position. As wing maneuvers to take the shot, lead Solo is forced to fly in an unpredictable pattern in order to reverse, escape, or face the possibility of getting shot down. We call this the guns jink. But wait, look what just happened. With a quick tactical maneuver, lead Solo forced an overshoot. In that instant reversal, he went from defensive to offensive. The hunted is now the hunter as they pursue each other off towards show right. Those supercharged Pratt & Whitney R1340 Wasp radial engines you hear are kept in top shape and overhauled by our sponsor, Tulsa Aircraft Engines. Now look straight ahead as the Diamond returns. They'll maneuver in close formation while highlighting the skills of the pilots as they work hard to stay wingtip to wingtip while climbing, descending, and turning. Boss Larry Arkin smoothly pitches the formation up and starts to roll. When they turn, the wingmen on the outside increase their power since they travel a greater distance, while the wingman on the inside reduces his power to stay in perfect formation. That white smoke you see is an environmental-friendly, paraffin-based light smoke oil approved by the EPA and used by the military jet teams and all air show performers. Those red, white, and blue stripes you see on the airplane are reference marks that help the pilots keep their exact position in formation. As the diamond departs, watch for the souls to return from show right and now straight ahead of us. The solos return from their right to demonstrate another effective method of how to maneuver for a shoot-down in air-to-air combat. In order to be the victor, the attacking aircraft must be aimed at his opponent in range with his finger on the trigger. The defensive aircraft spotted his attacker and reacted with a hard turn into him. The attacking aircraft will pitch up high to reposition into the vertical and slow down to turn tighter, then pitch down low to get his speed back and turn inside to get closer. This is a good example of an old-fashioned dogfight with a successful shoot-down. This is known as a high-low yo-yo. Now look straight ahead as the solo pilots show their appreciation to our airshow family, our military, and our country with a symbol we hope is recognizable for its... Now, the GEICO Skytypers started the show with one example of how to react when a threat is detected from behind. Now watch as they approach from show center, right behind each other, nose to tail, in trail formation, with two bogies or unknown aircraft overtaking them, and we'll see how they react to this threat. Ladies and gentlemen, the Skytypers bomb burst! With the solos! With aircraft all over the sky, it's critical that each pilot keep track of all the planes and knows exactly when and where to join back into a single formation. What appears random is actually notice that all the planes crossed into each other after the fan. Besides staying close for mutual support, being unpredictable confuses air attackers. Keep your eyes on the GEICO Skytypers as they demonstrate another one of their unique methods for combining 6 separate aircraft back into a single formation as quickly and as safely as possible. All military aircraft, including the military jet teams, use this rejoin technique. A majority of our pilots earn their wings through military service in the United States Navy, the Air Force, and the Marines. The GEICO Skytypers would like to invite you to learn a little bit more about their sponsor. During its 82-year history, GEICO has received a long list of diverse honors, awards, and consumer testimonials for their impressive service. The Skytypers partner with GEICO to educate people about GEICO's insurance products and services through team appearances, Skytype messages, and air show performances just like this. These aircraft are operated most of the year in the New York metro area and are based at Republic Airport in Farmingdale, New York. Now, from your right, follow the team in their tight delta formation as they descend towards show center for their final maneuver, the delta pitch. As the pilots pitch up for their downwind leg, please give them a round of applause. Number 1, boss Larry Orkin. Number 2, Chris C.T. Thomas. Number 3, Mark Gooch Ganucci. Number 4, Mike Buick Eberhardt. Number 5, Steve Lawman Daly. And number 6, Tom Sky King Daly. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 GEICO Skytypers Air Show team. GEICO and the GEICO Skytypers would like to thank you for supporting this great air show and its great sponsors. There's a rich history of these vintage aircraft, and it's something you don't get to see every day. We're proud to be able to demonstrate with you the capabilities of these classic World War II T-6 SNJ aircraft. Now they'll come around 2 by 2. And after that, we have a real big surprise for you. If you're looking for a change of pace, GEICO has a real treat for you today. We're about to witness an unusual race between the world-famous GEICO Skytyper solo pilots and the 11-time world champion Miss GEICO offshore race boat.
Is that yellow thing out there in the water?
That's the yellow thing in the water. Yes, sir.
That's Miss GEICO.
Yes, it is Miss GEICO. 200-mile-an-hour boat. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do that today because of the water.
Oh, no, I think it's a little bit too rough. But I'll bet, let's see. You want to have a little bet on her?
We can, wait a second. Looks like the GEICO Skytyper buzzed Miss GEICO. That wasn't in the script.
No.
Miss GEICO is a 47-foot catamaran manufactured by Victory, and she utilizes 2 twin-turbo Mercury stern drives that produce over 2,200 horsepower. This watercraft can approach speeds of 200 miles an hour. She sports nearly 12,000 pounds of raw power and requires a 2-man team to harness this velocity. Patrick Cleveland will occupy the driver's seat, and Steve Curtis will control the throttles. Steve has won over 22 world titles during his illustrious offshore racing career.
smelling some of the smoke is on. That's Miles out. Here he comes. Jumpers away. Reaches back, pulls out that little drone parachute, then deploys his parachute. Very small parachute. He's talking on the way down. Very small parachute, but they've got a forward speed of upward of 40 to 50 miles an hour. You'll see some later on that go 70 miles an hour. This is Miles Dasher. 8,000 skydives, 4,100 base jumps, more than that now, really. All right, watch this landing. Watch him as he pulls the toggles now. Look how fast he is. And a stand-up landing. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Miles Dasher! He's going to come up here and talk to me about the remaining jumpers that are on board up there. Aaron Fitzgerald, Fitz as his name is the pilot of the helicopter, and Kirby Chambliss now going around a few maneuvers before he takes over and does his show. Watch Kirby in that Edge 540. A lot of horsepower, carbon fiber airplane, very, very lightweight, and it'll do anything that Kirby wants it to do. You talk about G-loads, that's Kirby up there, and he is putting the G-loads on that airplane now and also on his body. Back to show center now. Boy, he's got that Edge 540 finely tuned, doesn't he? One of the best aerobatic pilots in the world today, 5-time winner of the U.S. National Aerobatic Championship, former men's freestyle world champion. He's also first class fast, because Kirby is one of only 2 American pilots ever to win the Red Bull Air Race World Championship, a unique competition in which pushed pilots to the envelope by executing aerobatic maneuvers with absolute precision while racing against the clock and against the backdrop of spectacular settings. They're all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, with the Red Bull Air Races. Here's Mr. Miles right now.
Woo!
Hey, good jump,
Larry.
my friend. Good jump.
Thank you, Larry. It's good to be down here on the beach in Fort Lauderdale. Woo!
How was the wind up there?
Oh, the wind is nice. Slight breeze, coming from the ocean. And it's good for us under parachutes because that just guarantees we're going to make it to the beach. Right now, put your eyes in the skies for Jeff Provenzano rocking the blue smoke. He's on a Leia canopy. He used the 4th just recently. And now he's on his Leia canopy. That thing is a 69 square foot canopy.
That's small.
That's small. It's a little napkin up there. He's going to be coming in faster than a speeding ticket. Give it up for Jeff Provenzano. He can hear you, Fort Lauderdale.
Look at the hook turns.
Coming in, yeah, Jeffro. Smooth. High five and Stan the man in the LZ for a little hover. Beautiful, Jeff.
The Red Bull Air Force.
Woo!
Doesn't get any better than this.
That's right. Jeffro, he is leading the charge in the world right now in canopy stunts. And what he does is a thing called a Miracle Man, where he comes down across the ground faster than a speeding ticket at about 70 miles an hour, and he can spin his body a full revolution under his wing, twisting his lines up while he's doing 70 across the ground. Oh, heads up! We've got jumpers exiting the BO 105. We got 2 wingsuits coming to you. Kirby's gonna chase them down, make sure they find the beach all right. We're looking at Sean McCormick right now and John DeVore, captain of the Red Bull Air Force, pumping smoke. They're flying wingsuits. You seen those guys with their bat suits flying around the walls and Europe and cliffs
Look
everywhere.
at how close together they are, Miles.
And they are making it look good right now. Nice tight formation. And they are getting moved by the wind as well. But these suits, you got to watch them. They do 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
They're probably doing $130 right now, actually. And they're going to go forward. Oh, there we go. A little break off. That looks like Sean McCormick going left. John headed out to the ocean there. They're opening up their parachutes now. And bingo, bango, and yeah, open parachutes. Kicking out a line twist right there. That was only half a line twist. That one doesn't even count. Yeah, and these canopies that these fine young gentlemen are flying are 120 square foot size.
Wow, okay.
Epicene Pros. They'll do about 45 to 55 miles an hour swooping across the ground. These are the canopies I like to fly when I'm in my Skyak, ripping it up.
Oh, now wait a minute. What is a Skyak?
Skyak is a fresh sport. I'm trying to push for the next Olympics, winter or summer games. You choose. And it's basically you put a river kayak on a sport boat, and you go skydiving in it, and you open up your parachute, one of those canopies right there that you see Sean and John flying in on, and then you swoop into the water and do a water landing because you're in a boat. Yeah, here they come. Sean McCormick and John DeVore each have 20,000 skydives under their belt. Give it up, Fort Lauderdale. They can hear you. Okay. Oh, yeah. Coming in hot. Beautiful. Yeah, John, with the kick. Yeah, Sean, tight grouping. The canopy tap on landing. That's how we like to party at the Red Bull Air Force. Woo!
Well done, my friend. What is the average number of jumps that a member of the Red Bull Air Force have?
Oh, gosh, the average is up in the upper teens. I'm the one that kind of messed the bar up on that one. I believe John has like 23,000. Sean McCormick, he's over 20,000. Jeff Provenzano, he's in his 20,000s. I'm the low guy on the totem pole. I only have 10,000 skydives.
Oh, my goodness.
But I made up for it for 6,000 base jumps.
Now, what's Kirby? Kirby's is teasing Fitz up there, isn't he?
He sure is. Yeah, these guys love to fly together. Check it out. They're both going up for the hammerhead right there. Aaron Fitzgerald, he throws his first, and Kirby right behind him.
Let me tell you something, folks. This helicopter is a Bocal 105. It has what they call a rigid rotor system on it, ladies and gentlemen. and allows it to do these aerobatic maneuvers. No other helicopter in the world is allowed to do these maneuvers.
That's right. That's because their helicopter blades would rip right off.
Exactly. But
they're pulling a few G's up there too, you know, when they're throwing these moves.
Yes. But Aaron Fitzgerald flies a lot for the movies. Tons and tons of hours in aerobatic and low flying and film flying and everything. He's just one great pilot, and he makes this Bocal 105 talk.
He sure is good. He's done quite a few movies. I don't know if you ever seen that video, I'm on a Boat. Well, he shot the aerial stuff for that as well. And all of our Miles Above videos you can check out online on YouTube. Just type in Miles Above. And we got a whole video series going up. There it is, upside down. You don't see that one every day.
You do not. Do not try this at home, folks.
That's right. You need a big backyard. I love this backyard. Oh, what a glorious day out here in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. There he is, upside down again and spinning it halfway around. It's a half Cuban 8.
Yeah. Kirby climbing for altitude, and he'll be in after Fitz finishes his routine here.
Woo,
look at that. Look at that.
Barrel rolling on point. Yeah. Aaron Fitzgerald, he's known as Fitz or Bullseye to his friends and colleagues. He grew up in Wenatchee, Washington, and served with the Army in the Airborne. Used to jump out airplanes, and he still does join us in the sky, as well as Kirby up in his Edge 540 aircraft. He's a skydiver as well. Everybody likes to get down, just human body pilots in the sky. Straight on up and tipping it over. I never can get used to that. Helicopters aren't supposed to do that. That's a beautiful thing. Woo! Yeah, Aaron, he's let's see. He holds the ATP helicopter license in this type-rated UH-60 Blackhawk. And, he's done all kinds of motion pictures. He's in the Screen Actors Guild. Aaron Fitzgerald, he does support services as well for aerial productions worldwide. He has 2 Emmy nominations and a BAFTA award for his work in aerial production. He's got it going on. Whoop, whoop.
Yes, experience counts in this level. Experience counts.
That is correct.
You travel all over the country doing these shows, do you not, Miles?
Yes, and all over the world. Fitz here, he's also a member of the Flying Bulls, which is the Austrian version of the Red Bull Air Force. And he likes to just get upside down all over the world.
Look at that roll.
He was just laughing this morning. I can't wait to go to Fort Lauderdale Air Show this morning, Miles. Woo!
You guys certainly had fun last night, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. We're out of the yacht club. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And it was really nice to kind of that we're surviving this pandemic and getting along with it,
Exactly.
We've all gotten our vaccination shots, and it's finally great to get it back out in the world. And hugs. I don't believe there's any of that going on the beach here because, everybody's out today.
Yeah.
This is amazing. It's like happening again, you guys. High fives all around from the Red Bull Air Force.
As soon as Fitz finishes his little routine here, then we're going to call Kirby. And like I said, 5-time National Aerobatic Champion.
That's right. Aaron Fitzgerald. Call him Bullseye. He loves that. Awesome, thank you. Over the top, whipping it around. Don't even know what that move's called. Wade knows what it is. It's got a special tricky name that I can't even pronounce. It's amazing. There he is setting it up. What's he got going on now? What is going on? It's hard to even tell. You got to use the smoke to kind of figure out what he just did.
Exactly. It was like a start of a half Cuban 8, rolled into, then rolled it back to the upright.
That's right. He does do so many tricks that he's starting to invent his own now.
Look at that.
Helicopter
stall. Oh, no more forward air speed, so I'll just pull up on the collective and then put it right over the top in a loop.
Woo, that's one way to get the smoke out of your face in the canopy.
That's got to be the world's smallest loop.
That was a tight one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's coming in for a little bow now. Let's see.
This guy is my hero. In March of 2000, Aaron was awarded the Medal of Valor for rescuing 2 people from a burning helicopter. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Here he is. Give it up to Aaron Fitzgerald as he takes a bow, Fort Lauderdale. Woo! Oh, and here comes Kirby Chambliss from high above in his Edge 540 racing plane. He's won the Red Bull Air Race a few times and a national champion 5 times in the Edge 540. Kirby Chambliss, he started out flying airliners for Southwest.
He certainly did.
And now look at him go.
He was the youngest pilot ever hired by Southwest Airlines. The Edge 540, and none other than Kirby Chambliss. Learned to fly, got his license by he was 21 years old. Father taught skydiving, and Kirby loved to fly along in the airplane. They said, but I don't want to do that. In addition to doing that with what my dad does, I also want to fly the airplane. So that's exactly what he did. Got his license at the age of 21 and 24. Like I said, he'd become the youngest Southwest airline pilot.
Woo! He pulled some G's on that low move right there. He loves to fly. You can see it in his moves.
Oh, yeah.
He's just loving it, having a great time in the sky.
And you no doubt understand that 2005, Kirby finished an impressive 3rd in the inaugural Red Bull Air Races. That was the first time in the world, and he came in 3rd place.
That's right. A secret tip, I think we may be coming back again next year with the air race. Not sure, not a confirmed source, but
heard rumors.
Yeah, there are rumors surfacing.
Anyway, I'll tell you what, they describe Kirby as aerobatics in an incredible sense of timing, concentration, courage, not to mention the stamina that it takes. Kirby and all of the other performers, they practice every day in and day out.
Yeah, I tell you what, on the skydiving side of things, we'll take like a 4G hit to the body on a hard opening, you know?
Right.
I think that last one I had might have been 5. That was a really solid positive opening, what I like to call it.
Right.
Kirby's up there beating himself up, doing 10, 11 Gs at times.
Yes.
And inverted Gs, negative Gs of 8, where you're shoving yourself up into the seatbelt, pushing it over forward.
Yeah. And Kirby is flying what we call freestyle. Just however he feels, what he wants to do. Like now he's Xing it out. He said, well, you know what? I feel maybe like a hammerhead. So maybe that's what I'll do. And go up over the top. Another little tiny loop on the downside at 45. Snap roll. Not once, not twice. Yep, twice. And back the other way. Boy, he can handle that airplane.
Watch out, Kirby, that's the ocean. I love this move. I wish I could climb like that.
Oh, look at that. You talk about G's. There's a G load on the body right there. Snap rolls like that, that'll pop your head off.
That's right. Yeah, Kirby, you should see him get out of the cockpit, especially on a nice warm place like Fort Lauderdale here. He's just sweating. Ooh, there's a negative G upside down.
Yep. He's strapped in there with a 5-point harness holding him right down tight to the seat.
Woo! He said he rolled one so hard yesterday that his helmet halfway flew off.
You know, we are in AirDotShow Live all over the world. People watching. Like to know where you're from, where you're watching us from.
That's right. And you can watch these if you have someone you'd like to share what was going on here today. You can check out AirDotShow.com.
Yeah.
And they'll have all of this.
What's really interesting is you can watch anywhere now. I'm sure that the folks downstairs with the cameras have had some shots out there of all the boats lined up on the outside of the aerobatic box. But just think, get your boat, move out there, turn your TV on, and you can certainly watch the entire air show. Not only live, but watch the up-close pictures coming via video on AirDotShow Live.
That's right. And it's live right now, and it'll be on later as well. One other thing I'd like to say is Kirby, when he's done flying today, he's going to get his stretch on because we're going to do this race tomorrow, and we're promoting We're running for those that can't. It's called Wings for Life. Here comes Kirby right now. He's got his wings on for life, and he's going to be running as well. Wingsforlife.com. It's an event. It's called the World Run. Wingsforlifeworldrun.com. And the whole world is going to run at the same time, and we're actually raising money for spinal cord research. If you sign up to run the race, you don't necessarily have to, but you can, and run with the whole world. And all of the proceeds go to Wings for Life and spinal cord research. So check it out online if you get a chance. Here he is, banking it around, coming in hot, into the wind.
Just looking at all the list of Kirby's wins here, it's just absolutely incredible. You know, the number. Here we are in the knife edge pass. That's left aileron and right rudder.
And a whole lot of motor right there, holding him in the sky.
Using the side of the aircraft to keep him in the air there in that high alpha pass. You'll see that again.
That's
Mike
right,
Wiskus flies it.
That's right. Oh, and I was mistaken. It's just AirDotShow.
Yes.
There's no .com on that. AirDotShow. So check it out online, and it's live. You can see different angles if you're having a tough time viewing, or you just like to send that link to your friends at home so they can have a little fun with the Fort Lauderdale Air Show as well with you here. Kirby's daughter, she's quite the athlete as well. She's a wind tunnel champion. She gets into those I-Fly wind tunnels, can fly head down, upright, on her belly, backside, whipping it around, doing breakers and all kinds of fun moves. And Kirby Chambliss, she is becoming quite the champion in the wind tunnel, just like her dad.
You might tell them what a wind tunnel is. A lot of people don't know about how you could do this on the ground.
Oh, yeah. Check out iFly. And, yeah, anybody can do it. You just go to the wind tunnel, sign up, dive in, and you are flying your body. It's basically the best way you could possibly learn how to control your body in the air before you go skydiving. And but you don't have to do that. You can always just go to the drop zone and just send one, which I highly recommend.
Yeah.
It's the most dangerous thing about the sport of skydiving is you love it.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own.
Tell them about me and Lucas Oil. When he was a youngster at the age of 10, his dad took him out to an air show, and he watched the air show and he was so impressed that he wanted to learn how to fly. So he went to the airport, rode his bicycle to the airport every week trying to learn how to fly. He wanted to wash airplanes. He wanted to fill them with gas. He wanted to clean the hangar out. And nobody would hire him, but he was persistent. And by the age of 14, he did have a job. He started saving, and then he became a pilot. And now, some 27,000 hours later, this is what you can accomplish when you try. When he was in high school, he had a teacher that said that he would never be a pilot and he would never amount to anything. Well, was she wrong? He found a little book called The Little Train That Could. He read that book and he decided on what he wanted to do with his life, and he was going to fly. There was no doubt about it, and that's exactly what he did. Watch him now. High show left as he dives that Lucas Oil Special right back down to show center. Gets it right off of the deck. Once again, there's no reference out there when you're flying over water. He's totally inverted now. It is very, very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen, because there are literally no visual references out there over the ocean. When you're flying over the land, you can see trees, you can see bushes, you can see differences in geography, but out over the ocean, there's nothing but the plane of the ocean. So there's no reference point. So it's very, very critical that you maintain a lot of concentration while flying low over the water. Diving in from the right now comes Mike Whiskas in the little stinker. He does it so well. And let me tell you something, that airplane is so sensitive that all you have to do, he's got a control stick, all you have to do is twitch that control stick just about 1 inch and it will start that airplane rotating very rapidly. And if you push it all the way over, you better hold on because it's going to spin like a top. Right down, giving the boat a little show there. Coming up right after Mike Whiskas will be some brand new jets, the Super Hornets of the United States Navy Blue Angels. Air Boss Flippy and other Air Boss, Mr. Wayne Boggs, controlling the airspace and the aircraft here for us. Their job to keep the area clear and to give instructions. Look at him hanging up there. Watch the hammerhead. One hammerhead. It's going to be a double. There's a double hammerhead. Beautifully executed by Mike Whiskas. Fastest growing in the United States today. They make some of the finest oil and lubricants, started back in 1989. And it is the fastest growing manufacturer of superior quality fuel and oil products for cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and ATVs. Gas, diesel engines, two-stroke, experimental aircraft, ski-doos, you got it all. Lucas Oil has the product that far exceed the manufacturer's recommended standards for their products. You know, it really, if you talk to people in the racing industry, their name is very well known because their products are designed to withstand extreme engine temperatures and high RPMs without breaking down and foaming. It lowers engine temperatures and extends the life of the engines by adhering to the parts long after shutdown, causing less wear, metal wear. Up over the top in the old Barnstormers loop there, and Mike Whiskas will bring it back to show center. Mike Wiskus way down south. Michael Wiskus flying down to the right edge of the box for the people down there. He flew up here for you folks, and now he's down there giving them a little show down there. Mike Wiskus working down in the south end of the box. And working his way back up this direction now. Hey, that's Michael Wiskus as he finishes out there. I've got somebody very special here in front of the camera for Live.Airshow, and that is none other than number 7, Julius Bratton, call sign Whiskers. Number 7 for the United States Navy Blue Angels.
Absolutely, Larry, and it's a real treat and pleasure to be here right now. I am loving this breeze off the ocean.
I know it.
And we are very much looking forward to having our 4th flight demonstration of the 2021 season right here in Fort Lauderdale.
I was with you on your first one, and I got to tell you, that was at Sun and Fun, of course, and you did a magnificent job. First time doing it out in the public. I know you've rehearsed it 100 times. How'd you get selected?
You know, I threw in an application both in 2018 and 2019. Got picked up on my second attempt at applying, and from there I've been rolling with the team. Last year, a lot of practice,
right?
And this year, finally getting those flight demonstrations under our belt.
And now I know you have everything memorized. And how long did it take you to learn all of that? Because you're out there walking the beach or walking in front of the folks in the fences, and you just knock it off perfectly.
You know, it took me probably a solid 2 months to get it down in the brain, and you know, just constant reps and sets of just saying the words so that you can give world-class narration with distractions that are present at air shows. So it's good fun, and it's a challenge every single time.
One of the greatest perks I know you have is flying the number 7 jet, and you do something very special with that jet, don't you, with respect to hometown heroes and news folks?
You're right. I have the very unique opportunity to fly key influencer and media personnel at show sites that we go to, and it is definitely one of the highlights of my week, just getting to see other people from the local community that are doing great work and pretty much are right in line with our mission.
And, of course, for them, it is an absolute thrill of a lifetime.
Yep, it's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and experience to go fly with us, and I am honored to be able to share that with them.
Yeah. There's Mike Whiskus in his high alpha pass. Yeah, exactly. Hey, well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, in about 8 or 9 minutes, you're going to hear this voice, and because he's going to be telling you all about the United States Navy Blue Angels.
Hey, thanks a lot for this opportunity, Larry, and I'll keep working on my voice until I one day get on the same level as you.
Come on. Thank you very much, Whiskers. Blue Angel number 7, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Mike Whiskus, look at the hanging up there on the prop, making it act like a helicopter. And we're just about 6 minutes away, ladies and gentlemen, for some blue and yellow jets flying the new Super Hornets. They are fast, they are loud, and they are gorgeous. And we're talking
That's what I'm talking about. Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
A question right now. We got a great show going here, but I want to know from you folks here in Fort Lauderdale, are you ready to watch the Blue Angels? Excuse me, that was really poor. Wow. Come on. They've flown down here, they've been practicing, they're ready to go for you. I want you to let them know that you're ready. So, are you ready for the Blue Angels? Here they come.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Your United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron takes pleasure in performing for you this, our 4th flight demonstration of the 2021 season. I'm Lieutenant Julius Bratton, narrator for the Blue Angels. Since 1946, the Blue Angels have had the unique privilege of demonstrating to the American public the precision techniques of naval aviation, hoping to inspire a culture of excellence and service to country. The maneuvers you will see demonstrated here this afternoon are coordinated tactical techniques developed by Navy and Marine Corps pilots in both peacetime training and actual combat. These maneuvers are neither stunts nor daring feats, but are refinements of basic techniques taught to every prospective naval aviator. Here at Fort Lauderdale, we will demonstrate these maneuvers at very low altitude in traditional Blue Angel formation so that you may see and take pride in the precise fashion in which your Navy and Marine Corps pilots are trained to fly. Having completed their takeoff maneuvers at Fort Lauderdale International, the 5 demonstration pilots have rendezvoused into the Blue Angel Delta. In this formation, the solo pilot is on the outboard position to create our signature 5-plane formation. As they approach, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the demonstration pilots you'll be watching perform here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, Flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels from Fargo, North Dakota, Commander Brian Kesselring. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right wingman from Canadian, Texas, Lieutenant Commander James Haley. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wingman from Kingwood, Texas, Major Frank Zastapil. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot from Chesapeake, Virginia, Lieutenant Commander Jim Cox. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Reading, Pennsylvania, Commander Ben Walborn. As the Delta approaches, you should get a good look at the entire Blue Angel formation prior to the diamond and solo maneuvering. Now, directly before you, the Blue Angels 2021 to 400 miles per hour and pulling back towards the shoreline. To the right, he's turned on his smoke as he approaches for his first maneuver, the 360 pass. Momentarily be making its approach from the right. In relatively slow speed flight, they'll give you an opportunity to get a close look at the precision flying that produces the 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation between these 4 aircraft. From the right, the Blue Angel Diamond.
'Cause there's only one king, and there's only one crown, and there ain't enough room for us both on the throne. It's about to go down. So you better start running. So you better start running. Let's go. So you better start running. Because I'm coming right now. 'Cause I'm coming right now. Huddle masters talking whispers. Situation getting tenser. You should probably pay attention. Boy, you know I'm born to win it. Ever since I had the vision, when I speak, my people listen. We can start a new tradition. All the children, men and women, right now, gather around and burn it down. We're gonna start the kingdom from scratch. Far too many take
The sensation of weightlessness, or ballistic flight, similar to that experienced by astronauts in space, will now be felt by the solo pilot. Approaching center point, Commander Warborn will roll his aircraft to 90 degrees angle of bank and push forward on the stick as he performs the knife edge pass.
Out the can, liquor out the bottle, how the good Lord intended it. Yes, he did. I love my country, I love my country. 6 strings and fiddles and ski from Kentucky. We keep it funky, we like how it sounds. Monday to Sunday, yeah, I love my country. Up alive and proud, rolling into town, hanging out the window like a blue tick hound. Ain't sorry, ain't nothing to be sorry about.
The Diamond is approaching for a maneuver that is likely familiar to those of you who have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond roll. All 4 aircraft flying as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver. The solo pilot will next demonstrate the inverted flight capability of the F-18. Approaching inverted from the right, he will roll his aircraft 360 degrees, crossing over center point. Ladies and gentlemen, the inverted to approaching center point. On Commander Kesselring's command, all 4 pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees as they perform the Diamond Aileron Roll. Here's Commander Kesselring.
Little pulse. Ready, hit it.
The difficulties associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver demonstrated by the solo pilot. To the right, Commander Walborn will establish himself in the inverted position. However, look closely as his aircraft is in the carrier landing configuration as he approaches for a maneuver we call the forward. Their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea, slow-speed flight is just as important as high-speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty, slow-speed handling characteristics of the F-18, Commander Kesselring has called for the extension of the landing gear and tailhooks by the 4 Diamond pilots as they execute a maneuver performed by no other jet demonstration team in the world today. From the left, the Diamond Dirty Roll.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. Show it what you want, show it what you need. My niggas run the game, we ain't never leave. Counting up this money, we ain't never sleep. You got V12.
my years like a martyrdom. Everybody needs to be a part of them. Never be enough.
Setting up for its next maneuver, the Blue Angel number 5 is fly-by-wire flight control system. Crossing center point, he'll complete 2 consecutive rolls, totaling 720 degrees. The horizontal rolls.
Made this here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside, when they pull up, they give me loose. Yeah, jump out, boys. That's Nike boys hopping our coops. Was off the Remy, had up at post. Had to hit my old town to duck the news. 2-4-hour lockdown, we made no moves. Now it's 4 a.m. and I'm back up popping with the crew. I just landed in Chase B mixes pop like Jamba Joe's. Different color chains, think my jeweler really selling fruits. And they choking me.
Surrender, retreat, we all in too deep. Plan for keeps, don't play us for weeks. Surrender, retreat, we all in too deep. Plan for keeps, don't play us for weeks.
Way too formal, y'all know I don't follow suit. Stacy Dash, most of these girls ain't got a clue. All of these
to the left, the 3 Diamond pilots have established a left echelon formation. Approaching center point, Commander Kessling will roll the formation 360 degrees into the 2 wingmen. Over the top, the 4 Diamond pilots will showcase their precision formation flying as they make a subtle modification while in the inverted position. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel changeover roll.
You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. I'm one of the greatest, ain't no debating on.
As they exit to the right, you will notice that the entire formation has shifted back into the Blue Angel Diamond.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Now that Blue Angel number 5 has your attention, you have seen firsthand the ability of a tactical aircraft at high speed to sneak into her target area virtually undetected. Commander Walborn will complete his rendezvous with the Diamond to the right. To the right, Commander Walborn has joined the Diamond in a line abreast formation. Still maintaining minimum separation, the pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees from their flight path towards Commander Kessering's aircraft. Approaching from the right at 350 miles per hour, the 4-plane line abreast flat pass. As they exit to the left, Commander Kessering calls for another formation change prior to detaching Blue Angel number 5.
Crowded streets seem empty to me. In a town that never sleeps, without you lying next to me. All the phones and faces droning on and on and on. The longer the distance is, I forget about our differences. I swear the highs.
You have seen several flight profiles of the F-18. The solo pilot will next demonstrate precision roll rate control. Approaching center point, he will roll his aircraft 360 degrees, pausing after each 90 degrees of rotation, crossing center point in the inverted position. The 4-point hesitation roll.
Yeah.
From behind the crowd, Commander Kesselring is rolling out the diamond formation for another dynamic maneuver, the low brake cross. Approaching center point, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the flight line in a separate direction. .500 miles per hour, they'll perform a reversal turn back towards the flight line. You should be able to follow their individual smoke trails as all 3 aircraft converge on center point with maximum closure and minimum separation. Is approaching for a parade pass, flown at 500 miles per hour.
Every time I turn around, you disappear. I wanna blow your mind, just come with me, I swear. I'm gonna take you somewhere warm, you know j'adore la mer. 'Cause when the morning comes, I know you won't be there. Every time I turn around, you disappear. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
based in Pensacola, Florida, completed an intensive winter training period at Naval Air Facility El Centro, California. The beautiful weather of the Imperial Valley provided us with the optimum conditions to fly each of the demonstration pilots on the 120 training flights necessary prior to our first public demonstration. Our show season opened on the 17th of April and runs through early November. The Blue Angels will perform 55 flight demonstrations while visiting 29 cities throughout the United States and Canada. The next portion of our demonstration will showcase all 4 aircraft flying together in formation. The Blue Angel Delta has been our signature 6-plane formation since 1958. Behind the crowd to the right, the solo pilot is joining the Diamond to form the Blue Angel Delta. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Delta roll. All 4 aircraft flying as one as they roll 360 degrees over center point.
Some days you're just breathing, just trying to break even. Sometimes your heart's pounding out of your chest, sometimes it's just beating. Some days you just forget what all you've been given. Some days you just get by. Yeah, some days you're just alive. Some days you're living like you never die. Blue's a little bluer up in the sky. Your high's a little high. You feel that fire you've been missing. And some days you're living. Sometimes I don't see so clear. Some days you start singing and you don't need a reason. Sometimes the world's just right. Your clear eyes ain't even blinking. Got a heart full of grateful for all you've been given. Yeah, some days you just get by. Yeah, some days you're just alive. Some days you're living. Some days you're living, yeah.
As they exit to the left, observe as Commander Kessering brings the formation back towards the show line.
Got a heart full of grateful for all you've been given. Yeah, some days you just get by. Yeah, some days you're just alive. Some days you're living.
From the left, at 400 miles per hour, all 4 aircraft are approaching for the Delta flat pass. As they pass over center point, you should get a good look at the Delta set used by the 3 wingmen. For a description of our maneuvers, as well as an in-depth look at our team and individual biographies, we invite you to visit our website and follow us on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey, brother, there's an endless road to rediscover. Hey, sister, do you still believe in love? I wonder. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you.
In front of the crowd, the Delta is making their approach to the flight line. Approaching center point, the entire formation will separate in dramatic fashion. Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron represents a time-honored tradition of pride, professionalism, and excellence spanning 110 years of naval aviation. The 2021 team takes a great deal of pride in saluting Navy and Marine Corps aviators, maintenance crews, and support personnel.
One, two, there we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our air show for today, for 2021. Here's a reminder, folks, when you got a chair, you were handed a chair when you went into your area. Would you please take that chair and take it back to the entrance where you entered? Please, that will help us immensely in keeping the beach cleaned up, and cost us a lot of money to go in and get all of those chairs. So would you please take your chairs back to where you got them? And of course, let's leave the beach as clean as possible, ladies and gentlemen. It was spick and span when you got here. We want to keep it that way because we're going to do this all over tomorrow. Alan Mitchell up here with me, ladies and gentlemen, the voice of the Cocoa Beach Air Show recently, and going to Atlanta next with Brian Lilly, correct?
Yes, sir. We'll be in Atlanta, Georgia on May 22nd, 23rd, and we've got something special going on out there. We got a little Navy Air Force rivalry thing happening.
Really? Now, what would that be?
Well, Larry, there's two versions of the F-35, the A and the C. One belongs to the Navy, the other belongs to the United States Air Force.
Yes.
Now, of course, all pilots think they're the greatest thing in aviation, right?
Right.
Myself included. But it can't be true, can it?
No, not really.
Well, we're going to find out for sure once we get to Atlanta. We're We're going to pit the two against each other. Not only that, we also have the Legacy Flight for the United States Navy and the Heritage Flight for the United States Air Force.
That's terrific. Both services represented by the Heritage Flight. They call it, I think, the Navy calls it the Legacy Flight, and the Air Force the Heritage Flight. And that'll be great, but you will hear the voice of Alan Mitchell up there.
Do you guys need anything?
Larry, we're looking forward to having everybody. And if you can't make it out to Atlanta, you can follow the entire tour, all 6 stops. And all you have to do that is go to air.show/livestream, and you can follow the entire tour around the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely appreciate your support. Thanks for coming out and watching our Blue Angel flight demonstration, our 4th flight demo of the 2021 season. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Whiskers. We appreciate it. The voice of the Super Hornets and the Blue Angels. Caitlin, thanks for all your help up here, too, as well as everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow. All righty, dear. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's what I'm talking about. Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything.